afternoon. I'd like to welcome you to another It's a Grand Life. My name is Craig Nash, and we're just so glad you're joining us here today. We're here talking about this grand life that has become our life, where we're raising we've left the role significant or exclusively as grandparents, and now we essentially are parents of our granddaughter or our grandson. And when presented with this situation, we wouldn't change a thing. We would change some things with how we got here, but we would do anything for our granddaughter or grandson, right? Well, we're just so glad you're here with us on It's a Grand Life. We're going to talk about finances, a sticky situation, because as a grandparent raising a grandson or daughter, your plans are going to change if they haven't already. And one of the changes that we found when we became when we tried to embrace this new situation, our daughter had become pregnant. She was not married, and all the families, all the parties got along real well. And it was recommended that our daughter and granddaughter stay at our house. And it was our goal to make things as comfortable for them as possible. And Grace's father, of course, is welcome to come over anytime. He's been absolutely great. And his parents, the other grandparents, have absolutely been our partners in this whole undertaking, and we are very thankful for that. And just count that just such a blessing that we all get along. Our sole focus is how do we create a stable environment for Grace so that she's able to thrive, and but not without some financial changes. You know, for years you're plugging along, you're contributing, Lord willing, to your 401k, and you're thinking about retirement and what is that going to look like. And as you get close to that finish line, then there is life throws you a curveball, and you now instead of planning those 2 months down in Boca, you are thinking about what you're going to do on the spring break for your child's break at school, because your life now revolves around the school calendar. And what's really been fun in a way is that our granddaughter is going to the elementary school where both of our kids went. And it's kind of deja vu all over again. You know, you're walking in and you've been at these meetings and in many years past, but now you're embracing it again. And I hope your situation has been as positive as ours has been, because the folks at the school, the teachers, the other parents have been, for the most part, absolutely terrific, and we're just so grateful for them. But getting back to the financial issues, you know, some things obviously changed for us. We looked at how can we modify our current home to make things really hopefully accessible for our daughter and granddaughter. So we got involved with a home remodeling company, and we gave them the scenario we were looking for. They came in and modified, they added 2 bedrooms above our garage and put in 2 separate heating and cooling units, and it was worked out really, really nice. But the accommodations was never the issue for our daughter. She was always chasing something outside of the home. But so you have to plan for what home remodeling needs you might have to accommodate the new residents of your home. And if home remodeling is out of the picture for you, if you do not have the resource to address that, why don't you send us a line here through our Facebook account at It's a Grand Life, and become one of our Facebook friends. And I'm sure Erin will do her very best to connect you with the resources to address your home situation. And we'd love to hear about that if we can to assist in that regard. We want to work with you to make this as grand a life as absolutely possible. So we've got the financial decision of remodeling the house. It's very real. And then, oh, by the way, there's some other financial considerations. Will your granddaughter go to college? We need to start a college fund. What does that entail? What does that look like? Oh, you thought that $500 was going in your 401k. I'm so sorry. Because now we've got a whole new focus, because we want our granddaughter and our grandson to have all the stability and benefits that other kids have had. So there are a number of scholarships that you can look at for your granddaughter and grandson. But it's now time to start thinking about the Michigan Educational Savings Plan and other vehicles to make sure that they have the resources. And when you and I may not even be here, to make sure that they can go get the help they need and the education to take them to the right level and right career. And along the way, you may need to get your granddaughter or grandson in some tutoring. Oh, by the way, there, especially post-pandemic, all of the kids are behind due to the lockdown and what have you. And tutoring can become a great asset to help kids catch up, but there's a cost with that normally. So it's something to consider. And how can you? We may have resources to help you in that regard as well. Just reach out to us on the Facebook page, and we'll see what we can do to connect you. But another serious expense is youth sports. If obviously one of the concerns as a grandparent is you want your grands to have as normal a childhood experience as you had or your kids had. And so youth football, youth volleyball, youth basketball, and I would ask you to pray that they don't get involved in youth hockey, because that's, if we had a child in youth hockey, and that, you have to take all the equity out of the house to afford that one. But we want our kids to have a grand life. Amen. And we want them to have a normal environment. And obviously that involves youth sports. So these are some of the considerations that we are wrestling with. And if we can connect you to resources, and if you have any questions on that, reach out to Aaron on our Facebook page. But again, we're just so delighted that you're on this journey with us. And by faith, it is a grand life. And, as I used to have a seminary professor that said to me that when I start really questioning the situation that I'm in, and Dr. Kelly would say, nothing comes into our life except through the nail-scarred hands of the one who loves us. Therefore, we can trust him. Family, we can trust the Lord in this situation. If we can pray for you, please pass those requests on. This has been A Grand Life. I'm Craig Nash. Look forward to seeing you next time. God bless you. Remember to never waste your pain. Your story can help others. That's the whole point of It's a Grand Life. Please reach out to me. I can be a blessing to you and pray for you, or help you connect to free resources that can make your journey a little easier. God can use your situation to bless others, even halfway around the world. Together, we have hope. And as my own grandma used to say, and she was always quoting biblical promises to me, but this one from Isaiah 26:3, he will keep him or her in perfect peace, whose mind is fixed on him because he trusts in him. Please make sure to subscribe on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts so you don't miss an episode. I look forward to talking to you again real soon, but remember, with God's help, it's a grand life.